I discovered something very cool and interesting in this video. There's a little twist, so be sure and watch till the end so you can see what that is. This is the EcoFlow Wave 2. I've got it set up here next to these Epic Server Rack lithium iron phosphate batteries. These particular ones are from WattCycle. They are currently my favorite server rack battery on the market due to their price point and all the features like this incredibly awesome touchscreen, internal communications, app control. There's a lot to really like about this battery, especially the insides. I'll be sure and leave a link to the full review and teardown of these batteries in the description below. Now, something very interesting happens with this that you're about to see, but don't lose interest because I'm going to show you how to get around the issue that I ran into. This is the EcoFlow Wave 2. And if you've been following the channel at all, you know that there's been a game-changing device, and I reserve that word for something incredible like this plug right here that plugs into the XT150 port on EcoFlow products and expands them with cheap third-party expansion batteries. I already made a full video about expanding an EcoFlow power station using this method. I've also made a video about how you can parallel two power stations together and get the benefits of expansion battery capacity while doubling your output, your input, and your redundancy. I also made a video about how you could significantly expand the solar input on your EcoFlow power stations using this adapter, as well as how you can actually grid tie your EcoFlow power station and offset your monthly electric bill. And now we're going to test with this EcoFlow Wave 2, because if you take a look down here, we've got the XT150 connector. By the way, everything you see here, including this mod to protect your battery cable here, is all linked down in the description, so take advantage of that. So we've got all the batteries on, their breakers are turned on, however this master breaker is still in the off position. So let's go ahead and plug this in to the Wave 2, and let's go ahead and flip the switch. 3, 2, 1, please don't blow up. All right, nothing blew up. I didn't hear any beeps or clicks or anything. Let's see if anything happens. Nothing. Can hold maybe? It's usually not needed though when it's normally functioning. Usually it's just a quick press and it boots up. So nothing is happening with the Wave 2. So let's just make sure everything's working the way it's supposed to here. Let's unplug this and let's just make sure we're getting voltage here. We should be. Yep, 53.6 volts. So we've got voltage at the plug. Let's try plugging it in again here. Let's get it in here, good. It's seated in, fully, making good connection. Yeah, still nothing. I'm not getting it to boot up or anything. So there must be some additional internal communication that needs to happen in order for this to boot up. So this is very interesting. The thing that made me want to test this is my friend Jason over on Jasonoid. He did a test very similar to this, only he used the EcoFlow Delta 3, and it worked. Let me insert a fast clip from that.
Let's flip these breakers on. Ooh, look at that. It's turning on. There it goes. This does work on the Wave 3. Now, if you had the Wave 2, it's a little bit different. It still has the XT150 port, so it should power up. But the benefit to the Wave 2 is that it has the charge controller built into the air conditioner itself. So technically, you could have solar panels plugged into the Wave 2 and be charging this battery, or at least offsetting most of the load that you're running with. So that would be pretty cool on the Wave 2 as well.
So as you heard him say, he was touting the flexibility of the built-in MPPT charge controller, solar charge controller in the Wave 2, which the Wave 3 does not have anymore. And he's saying that could be a way that you could get some extra solar in while powering your Wave 2 off the expansion batteries. What we're discovering here today is the Wave 2 does not work just by plugging this in like the Wave 3. So that part is not true. Now, I do not own the Wave 3, so based on what Jason tested, we can safely assume that it works with the Wave 3. However, he did not physically test the Wave 2, and I'm doing that today, and we can see that this does not work with the Wave 2. However, those of you that own the Wave 2, do not despair. I've got a way that I think will work to circumvent this restriction right here. Enter the there's a trick for that cable mod. So essentially I've got the least expensive EcoFlow power station with an expansion port you can buy, the EcoFlow Delta 2. And then I've got one of these expansion battery extension cables. In an earlier video, which I'll leave a link for down in the description, I made this modification right here. Essentially I just spliced into the positive wire as well as the negative wire with these insulated connectors. That allowed me to add some additional wires that come over here through the breaker and to the expansion battery. And then I left all of the communication wires inside this cable intact. Now, one thing I do not have that you should have is another one of these breakers on this expansion cable right here. I have these cables here protected up until they splice in, but then I don't have the main cable protected with this particular setup. So what needs to happen is, at least on the positive side, and if you just get the inexpensive 2-pole breaker, that would work. On the negative side as well, go ahead and put a breaker on that or fuse it, so that way this cable inside this large expansion cable is protected. So now this EcoFlow power station is providing the communication for this wave that it needs. So this should fire right up here. Yep, there it goes. It immediately fires up. Now we'll let this warm up and we'll see how much power we're pulling, and then we'll calculate what our runtime could be. Notice the color of light, and in here I've set it to heat mode, max. You can see max right there, up, turned up as hot as it will go. Heat pump mode uses the most power, so I want to just see, with it running in the highest power consuming mode, what we're going to pull from this battery setup, and that will give us an idea of the worst case scenario runtime with how much battery storage we've got available to us right here. Alright guys, we're fully up to speed. You can see according to the EcoFlow, we're pulling like 430 some odd watts here, and that is actually pretty accurate. Most of that power is actually coming from these server rack batteries. This top one, we're pulling 3.9 amps. The bottom one, we're pulling 4 amps. So if we do some simple math, 3.9 plus 4, 7.9 amps, times the voltage of the battery, which is currently 53.31, times 53.31, 420 watts, 421 watts. So that means 421 watts is coming out of the expansion batteries here, and the remaining amount is coming out of the battery in the EcoFlow Delta 2. Now it will change a little bit over time as the voltages fluctuate in each unit, but essentially with this configuration right here, we've got over 11 kilowatt hours of battery capacity for the Wave to run on. I'm going to round up 450 watts. Let's times that by 24. Let's say you want to run it all day and all night for a 24-hour period. 10,800 watt hours. So you would be able to run this Wave 2 at full tilt on heat, the highest energy consuming mode that it runs on, and you would essentially get 24 hours, a little over 24 hours non-stop runtime out of this setup right here. That is insane to think about. So now I'm going to actually move this to cool max, and we'll just see what kind of difference that provides. Okay, we're in cool mode. Max, as low as it'll go temperature-wise. According to the EcoFlow, we're pulling 320-ish watts. If we look at the screen here, we're pulling 2.7 amps and 2.7 amps on both batteries. And you can see our voltage is right at 53, 52.99, 53. So 5.4 times 53, 286 watts of that is coming out of those server rack batteries, which means the balance is coming out of the EcoFlow. So we're up to 330-ish watts now. Let's go 350 watts times that by 24. That's only 8,400 watt hours. So you could run the EcoFlow Wave 2 on the highest cooling setting with this configuration right here for over 24 hours straight, non-stop, with no extra power input from solar or anything. One more thing that's totally epic about this setup and the use of external batteries like this is now, instead of being restricted to the very limited solar charging capability that the Wave 2 has built in, as well as the pretty limited solar input that the EcoFlow Delta 2 has, because of how huge of a reservoir batteries you now have, you can connect a high-power MPPT solar charge controller and add like 2,000 watts of solar to your system. So with that, you'd be able to run the Wave 2 indefinitely. And to connect this, it's literally as easy as getting some wire with some ring terminals and adding them to, a spare open terminal on the battery. So being able to unlock the compatibility with third-party external batteries like this just opens the world up in possibility for solar charging as well. I know someone's going to ask, and that is, can you AC wall charge? Which is what I'm doing here at full tilt, 1200 watts. Can you AC wall charge at the same time? Absolutely. You can see it's happening right here. And And you can see it's actually charging the external batteries as well. We've got 7.5 amps going into the top one and 7.9 amps going into the bottom one. So leave your comments down below, guys. Did this help you out? I sure hope it does, especially those of you that own a Wave 2, where the hack that Jasonoid showed and that we just tested doesn't work with the Wave 2. Hopefully this configuration and mod helps some of you out there. Links to other videos I referenced in this video are down in the description, as well as links to parts and pieces and products that you need to make this a reality. I also have links down there where you can submit a guaranteed to be answered question by me. I typically read all of your comments, but it's very challenging to respond to 100% of them. So if you have a burning question that you want for sure answered, be sure and take advantage of that. You can also book a one-on-one video consultation with me. Everyone who's taken advantage of that has really appreciated and enjoyed it. So anyway, take advantage of those resources. We've always got more exciting stuff on the horizon. I've got so many things on the schedule. You guys are in for a treat the coming months here. So stay tuned, stay safe, and we'll catch you all next time.